What's up, you guys? Chet-Guthrie, the Dream Poet here, coming to you all with another haunted, spooky episode of Haunt Season. Yes, this is my series. Throughout the entire October season, I will be doing nothing but haunted locations, ghost stories, anything that is in the macabre. And I'll be putting it here on this channel. But today, guys, we are out here near Monterey, Tennessee, and we are here to see a witch's cemetery. Or that is at least how the legend goes. Here at Stamp Cemetery, beyond this marker right here, are graves dating all the way back to the 1870s. As you all can tell, each grave marker, each grave is in a various state of decay. You see, when you were to bury witches back then, you could not simply bury them in the ground. No, when you were to bury witches, you had to bury them above ground. You could not bury them, quote unquote, in holy soil. And on top of that, here in what you call chirons, however you pronounce it, they would be buried face down. Now, throughout the years, well, this has been a site for many of the curious-minded. Now, one of the things that might point out that this could be a witch's grave marker is you see the inverted pentagram right here. The inverted pentagram is a symbol for an evil witch. By the way, this is Nancy Stamps. She was the wife of Stanford Stamps, and again, this headstone is from 1881. And as you can see, some people have paid their respects. Perhaps, maybe other covens coming to pay respects to their dead. And there is also a theory that it is said, if you knock on these pentagrams, these inverted pentagrams, 3 times, it will awaken a demon. Now, I was back out here in November of 2017 with a group of friends of mine to see this grave site, and at least to say, it got very strange when the sun went down just beyond this area. Actually, let's go check and see what else these headstones are. Maybe we will find an example of what could be. But yes, as you all can tell, they are all in various states of decay. This was the grave of a mother. And again, a small child. And some of these, the ground is already cracked right beneath there, which is kind of interesting. Even if you look into these charns, I believe the proper pronunciation, you will find absolutely nothing. I think they were properly buried much later. Actually, here is an example. Nothing in there to really notice. And you all must be thinking, how could a witch's cemetery exist out here in the mountains of Middle Tennessee? A place that is primarily in the Bible Belt. Well, there is a good reason for that, my friends, my fans, my followers. All these graves right here, these are not witches. These are not the graves of witches. You see, these graves right here, this is a burial method that mostly came with Scottish immigrants at the early turn of the century. It is a type of above ground burial system, mostly for areas that do not have any soil whatsoever. It's all mostly rock. And what they would do is they would bury their loved ones, Scottish immigrants, some Romanian, some German, and they would bury them well above ground. And you all are probably wondering what the pentagram is for. Well, let me explain. the gentleman who had this property, as well as the same gentleman who made these headstones, well, his last name of course being Stamps, well, he could not write his name when he was alive. And instead of writing an X to kind of show that he made it, which nobody could tell long after he passed, well, he drew a star. Or in some cases, the inverted, well, not really an inverted, but a pentagram. Or in some cases, a star. Just kind of show that this were things that he created. And since while we are in the area near Monterey, there is another spot that is home to an urban legend, which actually does have some truth to it. And we are going to drive down to Crazy George's Bridge now. Okay, now, not far from the Stamp Cemetery, this is the bridge. Crazy George's Bridge. Now, Crazy George's Bridge, the story goes that Crazy George was actually a railroad line worker. He worked these rails way back when. But the story goes is that one night he was walking down these exact same tracks right here. Right now, what is now the bridge. Prior to this, there was a wooden bridge here. And the train struck him, killing Crazy George instantly. Now it is said that if you come here in the middle of the night, around midnight, and you stop your car, there is a very good chance that your car will not restart. People have reported having, well, motor or engine issues along this bridge. That is as the story goes. I believe there is one instance of somebody saying that along these same train tracks here, that again at midnight you can see a big giant railroad light off in the distance, thus signaling Crazy George. Although some stories go, if you say Crazy George 3 times, he will appear before you, or at least that's what the story goes. I'm not going to try it, even though there's probably really no proof to it. But then again, I'm a very superstitious person. Yes, I'm kind of funny about that kind of thing. But yeah, these are 2 of Monterey's best known quote-unquote ghost stories. A lot of them have a lot of very interesting history behind them, and a lot of very interesting urban legends, which I would say are probably even haunted as well. As you can tell, there's a lot of graffiti here. For example, there's a pentagram behind me. A car's coming. Luckily, I'm on this side of the road, and I'm going to move here. But anyway, you guys, thank you all for tuning in on this haunt season. It means a lot. And remember, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Always means a lot. Goes to show that y'all care and that y'all want to see more awesome content. So without further ado, you guys, vlog over.